You think you know the story of the Titanic, but what if I told you Hollywood lied? What if a nearby ship could have saved everyone? What if a hero was turned into a villain for the sake of drama? And what if the epic love story you cried over was completely wrong? Stick around, because these are the shocking truths about the Titanic that James Cameron didn't want you to see. 1,500 people were left dying in the freezing Atlantic. The rescue ship Carpathia was racing to help, but it was 58 miles away. There was another ship, the SS Californian, just 10 miles away, so close they could see the Titanic's distress rockets, but their radio operator had gone to bed just 40 minutes before the iceberg hit. The captain, Stanley Lord, saw the rockets but dismissed them as celebratory fireworks and did nothing. He went back to sleep. Nearly all 1,500 lives could have been saved. The most shocking part, James Cameron filmed this entire sequence but cut it from the final movie. He chose Jack and Rose's fictional story over the real-life tragedy of 1,500 people. Remember First Officer William Murdoch? The movie shows him shooting a passenger and then himself. It's a powerful scene. It's also a complete lie. In reality, Murdoch was a hero. He launched 10 lifeboats, saving hundreds of lives. Survivors praised his courage. But Hollywood painted him as a murderer. The public backlash was so intense that the studio, 20th Century Fox, had to send executives to his hometown in Scotland to publicly apologize to his family and donate money to his memorial. They destroyed a dead hero's reputation for a dramatic scene. What if the iceberg wasn't the real killer? For a long time, researchers have pointed to evidence of a massive coal fire that was burning in one of the ship's bunkers before it even left the port. This fire was located right where the iceberg would later strike. Photos taken before the voyage even began show a 30-foot-long black scorch mark on the hull in that exact spot. These coal fires can reach temperatures of over 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit, which would have made the steel hull brittle and weak. The Titanic was already behind schedule, and delays cost money. Did the owners, the White Star Line, know the hull was compromised but set sail anyway? The official inquiries barely mentioned the fire. Was it a massive cover-up or just a tragic coincidence? And what about those love stories? That elderly couple holding each other in bed as the water rushes in. They were real people. Isidore and Ida Strauss, the owners of Macy's department store, but they didn't die in bed. Ida was offered a seat on a lifeboat, but she refused to leave her husband. She famously said, "Where you go, I go." Survivors saw them sitting together in deck chairs on the tilting deck, holding hands as the ship went down. Then there was the band. The movie shows them playing a solemn hymn. But according to the last survivor to leave the ship, they were actually playing upbeat ragtime music to keep spirits high and prevent panic. All 8 musicians went down with the ship. A different song, but the same incredible courage. Let's bust some more myths. Rapid fire. Myth 1. Captain Smith died nobly in the wheelhouse. The reality, multiple witnesses saw him in the water, helping people get to lifeboats and even passing a baby to safety before he disappeared. Myth 2. Third-class passengers were deliberately locked below deck. The reality is more complicated. Some gates were locked because of US immigration laws, but the real killer was structural inequality. Your ticket determined your fate. 62% of first-class passengers survived, while only 25% of third class did. Myth 3. Jack couldn't fit on the door. Mythbusters proved there was room, but the buoyancy was the issue. They could have survived if they de-tied Rose's life jacket to the door to help it float better. Myth 4. The heart of the ocean was a priceless blue diamond. Nope, completely fictional. Pure Hollywood magic. But here's the darkest truth, the one the movie gets right in spirit. Your class determined whether you lived or died. All of the children in first class survived. All of the children in second class survived. But more than half of the children in third class died. The youngest victims were almost all from the poorest families. Their cabins were furthest from the lifeboats, deep in the maze-like lower decks. Many didn't speak English and couldn't understand the crew's instructions. The ship's very design was discriminatory. It wasn't cartoon villains with twirly mustaches locking gates. It was the systemic inequality of 1912 that sealed their fate. James Cameron's Titanic is an incredible film. He did obsessive research, dove to the wreck, and consulted with top historians. But in the end, he made a love story, not a documentary. He needed heroes and villains, not complex systemic failures. 1,517 real people died that night. The wreck itself is now dissolving, eaten away by bacteria 12,500 feet below the surface. In 50 years, it might be gone completely, but the lessons remain. Don't put blind faith in technology. Inequality has deadly consequences. And the truth is always more complex and more interesting than fiction. So go ahead, watch the movie and cry for Jack and Rose. But remember the real stories of the heroes, the victims, and the shocking mistakes that Hollywood left on the cutting room floor. Which one of these truths shocked you the most? Let me know in the comments. And for more hidden histories, make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.